didn't turn my light on yet. That door open. It's good. What? I don't give a shit. Actually, I kind of like this lighting. This is nice. For once, I actually like it. Fuck. I bet I'll be able to turn up my brightness too. Okay. Hi, everyone. Okay. What's up? What do we got here? Hey, Autistic Show. Hey, my Linda, Megan, Reagan, Fernando. Heather. Oh, Wicked Crafter. Ooh, Wicked Crafter. That's awesome. Welcome, Sally. Anne-Marie. Not a fan of KJ. Karma K101. Poodlerific. So glad EKC has all the tea. Yes, I do. The boss. What's up? Okay, I just had to check one thing here real quick because I sent something else and I haven't had a chance to look at it yet. Oh, my desk is such a mess. I raced to hurry up and get ready in here. And just, it's a mess. I got my makeup, my brand new beautiful pink desk with the pink lights and everything. I have makeup all over it. I'm so mad at myself. I'm going to have to clean that today. Okay, let's see. What is this? Huh, okay. Awesome. Thank you, Rika. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely touch on that point. And yeah, because it's weird. Okay, so as you all know, there was a filing today from Katie Joy's side in the 7M lawsuit. Sorry, I didn't really brush my hair yet today. I'm just telling me I might want to fix it a little bit. Punchy, don't you start. I will close that door if you're going to start barking. Okay, so as we all know that there was a filing today, and it's a motion to dismiss filing along with a few other things. But I wanted to highlight a couple of things I noticed too. I'm again not a legal expert, but this isn't about legalese. This is about a claim she made in there. Hey, Carolyn. Okay, so let me. I'm going to start. Let's start from the beginning. Start reading shit, and as we go, I'm going to draw attention to things when necessary. As soon as I get shut up on the screen. What do I got here? Close this out. Close that. Close that. Keep that open. Okay, so where are my documents? No, downloads. All right. Just over. Sorry, I would have actually been ready, all this done on time today, but of course at the last minute, Doggy decided she wanted to go outside. Or not the last minute, just as I sat down to do my makeup, she decided she wanted to go outside. So that put me back about 10 minutes. It's like, yo, I was awake and everything for like 2 hours and you didn't bother me once. But now. All right. And one more. Okay, so what am I pulling up here first? And again, like not everything I'm going to be showing is maybe of total relevance to everyone's interest, but I like to be complete. So that's why I'm going to be showing everything that was filed. I want to double check though that there's no addresses or whatever here listed. Okay, that one's good. And that one I'll check in a minute. This is the shorter one. Yeah, we're good. Okay. All right, so here's the first one that I'm showing, which is it's called a certificate of representation because there's been some question about who was representing her. Like we've known about graham crackers basically, but there's a new attorney who's been added to the mix. Let me check chat here real quick. Is that a new door I spy behind you? No, it's not a new. Oh, the storm door? It's not that new. It's like 3 or 4 years old. But yeah, the wooden door is not new. Okay, so the certificate of representation. This is where it sounds like there's a new attorney being added, or maybe they're just stating who's representing her. But graham crackers we've known about. But Kristen C. Hendrick, this is a new name that's been added to the list. So apparently now, technically, she does have, quote unquote, a team because she has 2 now. Yeah, so yeah, there's that. They're just, according to Minnesota practice of the district courts, it's a rule that they have that they must just submit representation paperwork. So there's that. The next one. I think it's, wait, what am I? No, I want, this is the 13-page one. I want the 2. Shh! Stop it, Bunchy. The 2-page one. Yep, that one. Okay, so this one here. Oh, well, God damn it, wrong one. Fucking hell. Okay, this one. Oh my God, I swear, I'm just closing that one out for now because I'm just going to keep picking it. I hate this. This is the only thing I hate about StreamYard. I want to use OBS so bad, but it just, some things I want to do, I don't know how to do yet. All right, so here we go. This is a notice of motion and motion to dismiss. It says here, please take notice that at a date and time to be determined, defendants Catherine will bring forth a motion for hearing at the Wright County, whatever, to dismiss. Defendants hereby moves the court for an order dismissing the action with prejudice due to failure to state a claim upon which relief will be granted. And it goes on and on. This is just alerting the court that, hey, we're going to be filing a motion to dismiss, and then they filed a motion to dismiss. It seems like an awful lot of steps to do something. I get it. It probably is. This, I thought, this was funny, though, this next one. This here, this is just like a, how do I want to put this? This is basically Katie just and her legal team just hopeful, wishful thinking, you know, like, I don't know. But this is, they like pretty much typed up all the the paperwork, the form and everything for the judge. All the judge has to do is just fill something in and sign it to grant the motion to dismiss. That's what this is. This is saying, hey, so yeah, we're submitting a motion to dismiss, and should you decide, which we think you will decide, here you go. We already typed it up for you. All you got to do is sign it. It's, I don't know. It just seems kind of preemptive. But yeah, that's what this is saying. That's it. Just, I don't know. I don't know if this is maybe like routine for cases like this or filings like this. But to me, that just seems like an intimidation tactic, and it's kind of funny. I find it hilarious. I don't know. It's just me. So now we're going to go over the actual filing. If I can put the right one up there. Right. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Got it. Got it. Okay, let me check chat before I get it vested in this. Proposed paperwork is a thing. Okay. It strikes me as hilarious. I don't know. Maybe just like, people in the legal profession, just they find shit like that routine that they don't even think twice about it. But someone has no knowledge of the whole legal, routine or whatever, I see that and it just stands out to me, and I can't help but to laugh at it. Just saying. You tag me on Twitter. Let's see here. Oh, oh, I haven't even looked at the replies to this yet. Okay. Yeah, I haven't even checked anything on Twitter yet. I will definitely, yeah, that's funny. That's fucking funny. I love that. Okay. All right, so here we have, am I sharing screen? Yes, I am. This is the actual filing. So the introduction, just to clarify, from here on, the plaintiff, 7M Incorporated, will be known as 7M. That's who is the first entity, or whatever you want to call it, to file suit against her in this regard. After that, there's Robert Shin, hereinafter known as Shin. And then there's Miranda and James Derrick, hereinafter known as the Derricks. And all together, when you read or read or see plaintiffs, that's referring to all of these. Okay. I think that's just important to go over and clarify real quick. So, and Katie's side is referring, I find this interesting. Katie's side is referring to the defendants as dancers and influencers. I can't help but to notice that they're not referring to them as cult members. Now they're dancers and influencers, not cult members, just saying. So it goes on to say, due to the total lack of substantiated statements provided by plaintiffs in their complaint, the mere parroting of case law language without facts supporting its application, and plaintiffs' complaints' inability to overcome the protections against libel suits afforded to journalists covering public figures, and the fact that most of the complained of behavior simply consists of statements that are true or opinion. Paulson brings this motion to dismiss plaintiff's complaint. Defendant asserts that the complaint should be dismissed for failure to state, okay, I'm not going over all the case, the law shit, right? Whatever, I don't care. Okay, so here's what she's stating as facts. Plaintiff Robert Shin is, by his own report, the CEO and sole owner of 7M Films Incorporated. He is also a pastor at Shekinah Church. I know I'm getting it wrong, I don't care. Shekinah Church International, based in Santa Ana, California. These are all publicly known, objective, and easily verifiable facts about plaintiff's public life. Okay, whatever. Defendant Catherine, I'm just going to call her Katie Joy, is an individual resident in the state of Minnesota and a nationally known entertainment and celebrity journalist. Oh, now she's a celebrity journalist. Okay. Not investigative journalist. She is regularly cited and reported on in national publications such as People Magazine, In Touch Weekly, The Today Show, US Weekly. You know, it just makes me lose all journalistic respect I had for every single one of these media entities here. Yeah, whatever. She has a YouTube channel. Now this is what I wanted to point out, because this is interesting. She has a YouTube channel with over 186,000 subscribers. Now we go and look at her channel real quick. I didn't even look at her channel today, and I don't even know what her sub count is. She is at, according to YouTube, 227,000 subscribers. So what's that, like 1427? So it's 41,000. My math sucks, I could be wrong. We'll say about a 40,000 subscriber count difference between what her YouTube channel says and what she is claiming in this lawsuit. I find that it stood out, and I have to say, I don't care. I'm going to say this to lend credibility here. Rakin is the one who noticed this and pointed this out, and she's right. And this does stand out. So look, and I gave a few ideas as to why this might be. I thought maybe there's some like verification process that is applied, you know, when it comes to court cases to determine sub count. And the last time this was done was was, when she was at 186,000 subs. And then I thought, well, maybe, the higher the sub count, the worse the defamation. So maybe they're trying to lowball it, it's like a, I don't know, protection tactic down the road, should they, lose the case or some shit. But, so I thought maybe they're going by a sub count, like when she was served. But the last time she was at 186,000 was like last year. So this was before she even knew about 7M. So Rakin found this. Did I put it up here already? All right, so yeah, I'm going to switch over to this page real quick. This is interesting. This is very interesting. I don't know why this is. Maybe it's not really that interesting and whatever. But okay. Oh, come on. How am I? It's because I can't use my other mouse. Oh. Wait, I'm just going to do it this way. Okay. This is from the Todd Chrisley case. Okay. This is from one of the filings there. Oh, wait, shit. I didn't go over this. No address is right. Okay, good. I don't see it. So here is where it was last stated that she had 186,000 subscribers. Who filed this in support of Paulson? Okay, so this was Katie's side that filed this, and this was back in Pachi, don't you start. Is there a date on here? It was last year, I know. It was like December 13th. It was December 2021, I think, right around there. And this was submitted to the court. So they're going by this number. Sorry, wait a minute. Sorry, I know she barks and it's loud. I didn't want to ruin anyone's, time here. Okay, going back to this. So yeah, and this is what was said about her sub count and everything. And they even provided, so a second, let me, there we go. Okay. The social blade numbers or whatever. So for some reason they're going by this. This is the total projection or whatever. I don't know. But this is what they're going by. This is the number that they submitted, and it looks like this is where they got the figure from. I don't know what that means, but it does. It strikes me as weird. I mean, because as a YouTube channel, as a content creator, you're kind of proud of your sub count. So why are you trying to lowball it? Why are you trying to do this? There has to be a tactical reason for it, in my opinion. That's all I'm saying. And I'm kind of curious as to what that is and whether or not it's something that can be gotten away with. I don't know. All right, so back to this. Let me check chat real quick. Yes, I know each case must be taken on its individual merits. You're right. I'm just saying, I don't know. It's weird that she's trying to cover up her number of subs. I don't understand that. Anyway, moving on. Okay, which is the form in which she broadcasts most of her reporting, YouTube. Her videos have generated nearly 88 million views. I want to look into that too and see if that's what she's at today or if that's what she was at then. Because then I wonder if they're pulling figures from two different times. I wonder. I probably should have looked into that first. I'm sorry. These are all publicly known, objective, and readily verifiable facts. Okay. Sorry, I'm using a different mouse, and it's very hard to control. In her career as an entertainment and celebrity journalist, Paulson has covered the allegations regarding plaintiffs, their practices, and treatment of their managed talent, as have many other media sources that cover similar material. You notice, though, that what they're leaving, which obviously they're going to leave this out and not mention it. The only reason why the other media sources have covered it is because she did first. She's the one who constructed this whole story, all these claims, the whole narration. She's the one who constructed it and put it out there. And then these other outlets reported on her story. So that's an important thing to consider. Cursory review of the state and federal dockets for, okay. Yeah, and it shows that none of these other media outlets have been sued by the plaintiffs for defamation, libel, or any other torts. And I guess legally, like, they can be, because they have an obligation to, if they don't look into the claims made by other outlets, then it could be negligible. So I think that is a good point to make, maybe. I don't know. Okay, again, all this court shit, the precedence cases, I'm not reading that shit. Okay, on the facts alleged, plaintiff cannot meet the doubly heightened standard for defamation actions against members of the media by public figures. On a plain reading of the typical defamation standard applicable to interactions between two ordinary private individuals, plaintiff's complaint may hold water, if not for the fact that the alleged defamatory statements by defendant are true. However, this case is not one of a simple disagreement between two such private individuals. Rather, the parties consist, on the one hand, of a well-connected talent management company whose role in representing influencers and other media personalities is to specifically be in the public spotlight. No, the dancers are to be in the public spotlight. The clients, their clients are. The company itself, not so much. And its CEO, who's not only a public figure, is Robert Shin really a public figure? I genuinely want to know this, because I don't see how he is. He doesn't have this has been stated by Katie many times throughout the past couple months. There is little to no internet activity or trail of Robert Shin. He doesn't have social media accounts, it seems. So how the fuck is he a public figure? He's not a politician. He's not an actor. He's not a dancer himself, okay? His church has, 11 members or something, I think, or it's a very small, congregation anyway. So, and he's not advertising himself. He's not televising himself. He's not putting himself out there. How is he a public figure? I don't get that. Anyway, not only a public figure in his for-profit business dealings, how? Are the business dealings public? That's what I want to, how is he, but also as a pastor of an international church. And on the other, of a nationally prominent entertainment journalist to whom protections afforded the press and media apply. Come on now, fam. Come on. In this case, the plaintiff cannot merely rely on, I'm not going over the legal shit. I won't even read it right, probably. So I'm skipping over this crap. Okay, yeah, skipping over that. Okay, what's this? Plaintiffs Robert Shin and Miranda Derrick are public figures. Miranda Derrick, I think, could be argued to be a public figure, subjecting their defamation claims to a different standard. As to whether public figures may take action against journalists or anyone for that matter reporting on or publishing information about their investigations into the public figures' activities. Okay, again, more legal shit. In other words, saying, because they're public figures, it leaves it open for them to be more criticized or picked apart and even, accused, I guess. Which I get that. Wait a minute, what says it? I hate this mouse. Okay, right here. Miranda Derrick has intentionally made herself a popular influencer in social media circles and spoken about the circumstances of her situation with Shin, 7M, and Shekinah Church publicly and voluntarily. Plaintiffs in the case before the court are without a doubt public figures. I argue that, but they have thrust themselves into the social media spotlight through their production and talent management company and as the pastor. and their huge social media presence. Miranda Derrick's the only one with the huge social media presence, like, well, her and her husband. Make my eyes water. Like, Robert Shin, Katie herself has stated numerous times, he doesn't have any kind of social media presence, really, or internet presence. Like, she had to search and dig to find a picture of him. That's crazy. And they're right here offering links and social media accounts for Miranda, but I'm not seeing anything about Robert Shin. It's interesting. To recover against a defendant, a public figure must meet an elevated burden of proof and show not only that the statements were false, but also that the defendant acted with actual malice, which plaintiffs cannot show. How many times did she state that she wanted to take down the cult? Take down the cult. I mean, I guess it could be argued that that's not malicious, but I think it can definitely be argued that it is malicious too. Regarding similar intentional torts damaging a person may not recover for the tort. Distress without showing. Okay. See, this is just reciting past cases on why the claims made by the plaintiffs do not apply. I'm looking for case specific to this case examples on why for their argument here. So okay, plaintiffs have failed to include a single piece of evidence capable of proving that Paulson's alleged defamatory statements are known lies or that they were uttered in reckless disregard of the truth. Rather, plaintiff has provided the precise opposite of that necessary proof, acknowledging Paulson reported on information from court documents. Furthermore, plaintiff acknowledges that other businesses were convinced sufficiently of the veracity of Paulson's sources and information that they launched their own investigations into plaintiffs and cut ties with the plaintiffs. I don't recall that being acknowledged. I recall them acknowledging that other organizations, whoever, cut business ties, but not that any investigation had been done by these other companies or whatever. The remainder of plaintiff's amended complaint restates ad nauseum asserted legal conclusions using the alleged defamatory statements as a basis to allege a myriad of other claims without proving a single actionable allegation under the standards of New York Times line of cases in Minnesota. Okay. Similarity. They're just reciting law in this entire motion to dismiss. They're not offering anything to back their claims being made under the law. They're just stating the law and saying, see, it doesn't apply. This part of the law doesn't apply because this, but then they provide nothing, which I get it. It's hard to prove a negative, but still at least provide the claims made by the plaintiff side, address them and break, it show how and why under the law that's being stated here that, it falls under with your belief of it. This seems like it's very incomplete. Again, not a legal expert, but as someone who knows nothing about the law, I look at this and it seems incomplete. Similarly, plaintiff complains repeatedly of Paulson's reported on-file court documents without any explanation or allegation supporting the proposition that reporting on a court document is the basis for defamation, sufficient to overcome the burden required by public figures making defamation claims or the fair reporting privilege. Again, simply reporting on information from a court document, whether confidential or not, is not sufficient to undergird a case of action for defamation against a public figure, particularly in light of the fair reporting privilege, which applies to statements Paulson made that relate to those documents. But so much of her reporting did not come from court documents. It didn't come from actual legal, verified documents. It came from word of mouth. I mean, when she reported on the documents, her explanation of the things in the document came from the person who filed the lawsuit, from the Lydia person. That's, that's word of mouth. I mean, the court isn't stating the things that Lydia was telling her and then Katie was reporting. If anything, the court stated that Lydia was full of shit. Plaintiffs provide no basis for their allegations that court documents assessed. Plaintiffs provide no basis for their allegations that court documents assessed by Paulson were confidential, nor how Paulson even obtained copies of documents covered by a protective order, which could only feasibly occur if one of the parties in an action broke privilege or violated the alleged protective order, an allegation which strains credulity. Finally, Paulson's own statements about reports she received directly from former members of 7M and the friends and family of members of 7M cannot be actionable under New York Times line of cases and Rose because they have an even stronger defense. They are true. True statements, however disparaging, are not actionable. Okay, are not actionable. Each statement in paragraph 25 of plaintiff's amended complaint either is a true statement, is taken from a public document, or is Paulson's opinion. For this reason, they cannot support a defamation. I don't know. Even in the most favorable reading of the amended complaint's allegations, plaintiffs provide no basis for either overcoming constitutional protections for the press or meeting their burden of proof in showing the existence of actual malice required for public figures. Okay, then we have plaintiffs cannot prevail on tortious interference with a contract because they had pleaded no breach of a contract and had provided no evidence thereof. They would have to make public the actual contract with these companies. And I'm thinking that maybe they have some duty to not do that to the companies. And that's probably being reserved for discovery. I don't know. Again, not a legal expert. What the fuck do I know? To make a claim for tortious interference with a contract, a plaintiff must show the existence of a contract, knowledge of the contract by the alleged wrongdoer, intentional procurement of the contract's breach, absence of justification, and damages caused by the breach. Okay, the last one, I don't know. There's no allegation in the amended complaint that the Clippers contract was breached, nor is it likely that it was breached given the common escape provisions in commercial entertainment contracts. What common escape provisions? Do they provide proof of the evidence of this? I mean, because they're saying, well, we don't have, the plaintiffs haven't provided the actual contract. So how do we know that there was one? And now this one here is saying, well, given the common, escape provisions in these, entertainment contracts, well, what are you talking about? Why aren't you showing this? Again, this seems like a big waste of time and incomplete. Defendants cannot make a showing for element 3 of their cause of action and their claim fails. By the foregoing reasons, defendants respectfully request. Yeah, I'm not a legal expert by any means. Like I've said before, like I haven't even had my own, like besides like traffic court, I haven't even really, and family court, like for child support and shit. I've never even been to court really. This just, I don't see how this would be granted. I don't. Let me check chat here. I'm going to go over this a little bit more and read some more of it, but thank you, Fernando. That's what I was just saying. They're using the fact that proof has not yet been provided, but like Fernando points out, the provision of evidence will come out during discovery. Discovery has yet to happen, and they're saying, hey, we don't have evidence, so therefore it should be dismissed. But yet the part where the evidence and shit comes in is discovery, which comes after this. I mean, yeah, exactly. KJ's counsel is trying to get the case tested before it even makes it to court. Fernando, are you a lawyer or something? Because sounds like you might have some sort of, some knowledge. This motion to dismiss is trying to argue an unproven claim that Robert Shin is a public figure. Right. I mean, what do y'all think? I mean, I don't see how Robert Shin is a public figure. I mean, just because you are CEO of any kind of company or whatever, it doesn't mean that you are automatically a public figure. Even if that company is public, I mean, your life is not on public display. So, and furthermore, for Robert Shin, like most normal people have some sort of social media presence and definitely an internet presence by now, or history or trail. Like he's got oddly none. I mean, it's almost odd how very little there is about him on the internet and definitely on social media. So given that, how the hell is he a public figure? I don't understand. You're a paralegal. Okay. Well, thank you very much for your input. It's much appreciated. It is also running with a presupposition not yet proven. KJ's counsel does not understand a lodgment of claim does not just lay it all bare on initial filing. Right. The provision of evidence will come out during discovery to lay the pathway to a court hearing. KJ's counsel is trying to get the case tested before it even makes the court. Okay, I'm a paralegal. Let me go up here and see. It reads like a bad first draft. Yes. The case law was popped in with no good arguments to support the case law cited. It is also running with a presupposition not yet proven. These were my exact thoughts, only just I worded them much worse. I'm waiting for KJ to back up her claims about human trafficking. Word. The thing is, this is a case about 7M. James and Miranda enjoined it as being interested parties in the case. If only KJ used her power to talk about Hillsong. Wells. I think KJ is conflating corporate personhood and public persona. Again, wording it much better than me. Like, yeah, he's a CEO, but, you know. All right, now you're just a masochist, Fernando. You used to do complicated algebra for fun. Now I'm suspect. KJ can claim it was a snapshot in time, which is plausible on each, or which is plausible on filing for each case. Okay. Only if the case is cross figures can this be brought into a court of law. Right. No, and I get that. I just wanted to I'm not trying to cross the cases with the numbers there, but I'm wondering where this figure is. If anything, it seems like they might be trying to cross cases if they're using information that was submitted in another court case, you know, like wouldn't they be trying to cross them? I'm curious. What can I say? Like applications. Oh, I'm looking to go get a law degree and practice later this year. Oh, awesome. Good for you. Like, I love arguing shit like this, like, but I can't sit there and just read the text on any kind of law. And tax law is like the worst. Oh my God. Like that's right on par with philosophy on what puts me to sleep. Seriously. Maybe because he's a preacher, head of a church. Right. But I mean, it's maybe the fact that if they do label themselves as an international church, then maybe that could hurt his, you know, the argument about him not being a public figure. But like I look at something like just like say the church I was a member of growing up. It's part of the Catholic Church, but the church itself, the parish, was just local. Like they weren't this local parish wasn't known as like international by any means. And like I don't know if the priests really would have been known as public figures. I guess maybe it could be argued that they were, because they were active in the community. Like they were really actually kind of cool people, they genuinely cared about people, and they went out of their way to help people. So in that case, I think they could be known as public figures. But like Robert Shin's not doing any of this shit, is he? I mean, to my knowledge, he's not. Yeah, they only had 11 members, though. Exactly. Yeah. Did KJ give all her sources? She didn't give a single source. And I just want to point out, and I've said this before too, because she's like to use like anonymous source and everything as an explanation of where information came from. And the whole point of anonymous source means that the source can, and is being remained anonymous to the general public, but not to the person writing the report, writing the story. They have to know who the source is. They have to verify who they are in regard to the story and the information they're providing in regard to the story. So anonymous doesn't mean completely anonymous to all people involved, just to the public. And I wonder how thorough or how law-abiding she was there. Yes, KJ will likely give up any sources if they exist as soon as it looks like she'll lose the case. Yeah, if it looks like that will help her case, yes, she will. Please. She won't even have to think about it. I mean, same thing too. Like if the Duggars were to sue her for defamation, about all the things that a source told me this, or someone was in my DMs, or I had a long conversation with this person, but they're afraid to come out, blah, blah. If they were to sue her for defamation, she would, in a second, if it was going to help her case or get the case dropped, she would provide the name of each and every one of those people who contacted her. That's what I find so unbelievable about her claims about all these people contacting her. If they knew anything about her, they would know that their names were only going to remain anonymous for as long as it didn't hurt Katie in keeping them anonymous. The second it starts to hurt Katie, that shit's coming out like wide open. So, oh, that's interesting. KJ was basing all of her allegations on a 10-year-old case that did not get up under judgment. Which case was that? KJ is conflating civil and criminal, which happens when someone gets all of their legal knowledge from TV. Yeah. There's like different burden of proofs and everything applied to, criminal law and civil law or cases or whatever. Like everything's different. Which one was the 10-year-old case though? Lady who, that, okay, all right, yeah. Lady who, the Lydia, whatever. Yeah, actually, there was one case she kept reciting from like 2009, and then there's another one from like 2011 or 2012. Or maybe it's the same one, I don't know. But KJ even said she wasn't involved with Miranda's parents. Yeah, she said that after the fact, but before, like when she very first came out about this story, she spoke as if she were on like, constant daily contact with, at least with Melanie. I don't know maybe about the parents so much, but with Melanie at least. Yeah, Lydia Chung, I think was her name. And here's the thing about Lydia Chung. Apparently, I mean, she just sounds like someone who, in my opinion, who just has a lot of issues in life, but she goes out of her way to avoid taking any kind of accountability or responsibility for any situations or issues that have presented in her life, and instead looks for other people to place the blame on or scapegoat, her issues. And it sounded like, in my opinion, just not a legal opinion, just in my, I don't know, knowing people, I guess, opinion. It sounded like throughout that court case that she filed against Robert and the church there, it sounded like she, that's exactly what she was doing. She's trying to blame the church for all kinds of shit. That just, she's the one who kind of manifested into existence in her life. But rather than admit that, she wanted to blame the church. It sounds like that's just my opinion. No, I'm having a junk tonight in my head. Okay. Let me go over this a little bit more because I want to just make sure I'm being thorough about things. Again, I don't care to go over all the legal shit, but okay, facts. So they're claiming as facts that Robert Shin is the CEO and sole owner of 7M Films. He's also the pastor of the church. They're also claiming that Katie Joy is an individual resident of Minnesota and a nationally known entertainment celebrity journalist who's regularly cited and reported on in national publications. She has a YouTube channel with over 100, well, technically that is true, over 186,000 subscribers. Technically that is true, which is the forum in which she broadcasts. That's fact. Her videos have, oh, that's why I want to look up real quick. What's Social Blade? Oh, poor doggy. Wait a minute, let me open the door for her again. I can leave that on. All right, here. You go. There, okay? Don't start barking again, okay? There, you want to look out? Okay? All right, right directly across the street from us, the people have 2 little dogs. And for some reason, like, Punchy will bark at the bigger dogs too, but it's the little dogs that just make her go crazy. Like right next door has a little dog too. And like I'm fully convinced if I let Punchy go, Punchy would just eat the dog. So when across the street lets the dogs out, she loses her shit. Like I think that she would have fun like chasing a squirrel or something, but it's the little dogs. I think she would like actually eat. I want to check her views or whatever. So what are they alleging there again? Let me see. With nearly 88 million views. Now, according to Social Blade, her video. Punchy, no, stop it. That's exactly how you get the door closed. So here, according to her Social Blade, her video views are 115 million. We'll just say 115 million. So that's 20 million views difference between what they're claiming. Now, and I want to point out too, this is just, they're stating this as fact in the court case, okay? Just remember that. They're stating this as fact. This is under the screen, or the part of the screen. This is under the part where, Punchy, stop it. Oh my God. Cancel. Okay, we had a talk. She should be good. All right, so again, I wanted to point this out. Facts. They're stating these things as facts. Now, under this here, her videos have generated nearly 88 million views. So to me, that says that they are under 88 million views because they're nearly at 88 million views. But yet then when you go to her Social Blade, her video views here are 115 million. So that's 80, wait, 80. I can't do math. 25. Yeah, so that's nearly 40 million views different, right? 80 million, so it's 10, 15, 25. No, it's nearly 30. It's, yeah, something like that. It's in between 20 and 30 million different views, okay? That seems like I don't know, that seems like something that just seems very unprofessional to get so incorrect. I mean, why would you not I mean, this would matter, right? Is it just me? Am I reading too much into this? I mean, look at that. My dog, look out the window for your dog. I have a question. Sorry, I'm joining late. Is Robert Shin the only owner of 7M? Because would it be Robert is not a public figure, but his business LLC 7M is a public figure business? Yeah. Wait in a minute. I'll answer that. And that's not even counting all of the views that aren't showing from all the videos KJ has privated or deleted. Right. If she's unlisted them, then the views will still be accounted for. But yeah, any videos that she's privated or deleted, the credit for the views gets subtracted. Punchy, stop it. Punchy, hey, Punchy. So it's stated here in the court filing. Where is it? Facts. Robert Shin is, by his own report, the CEO and sole owner of 7M Films. So it sounds like, according to Robert Shin, that they're stating, anyways, according to Robert Shin, he is the only owner of 7M Films. So that answers your question, I think, Kimberly Ann. Whether or not it has an effect on him being a public figure, I don't know, but maybe it does. I think you might have a point. Owning a company does not make you a public figure, right? I that's what I would think too. I mean, maybe certain companies, like maybe owning Twitter or something, I don't know, maybe. But yeah, this is just some dance company in LA. It's not some like international global like social media giant. So, but yeah, the view count though, that just strikes me as odd. I mean, I get that they would want to lowball it because if defamation is, shown or believed or ruled to have occurred, then they would want to lessen the damages, or the perceived damages as much as they can on their end. But this just seems kind of obvious and unprofessional. I don't know. Maybe I'm reading too much into it. It just seems weird. All right, let me go back here. Am I on? Okay, go to the other screen. So the rest of the facts here. Again, these are all publicly known. They're even stating that anyone can just go and verify these facts. It's all publicly known. It's easy to access. And knowing and stating that, they still get the freaking figures wrong. The lawyers got the figures incorrect. That just does not, I don't know. That does not. If I were Katie, I would not have, that would not cause me to have much faith in my team. Okay, also stated as fact, in her career as a celebrity journalist, she's covered the allegations, their business practices, the treatment. They're stating that as fact, right? Yeah. So they're basically saying, yeah, it's fact that in her career, she's stated, she's talked about whatever, covered all this shit about them. A cursory review of state and federal dockets for the states and districts in which other media sources are headquartered indicate that despite similar coverage to that of Paulson, yeah. I wonder if there is maybe some truth to the claim, though, that they're only going after Katie because she's the small one on the totem pole. There could be some truth to that, but I mean, I don't see how is that a legal fact that would affect a case? I mean, is really the argument, well, if you're going to do this to me, you got to do this to them too. And if you're not, then, you don't have a right to do it to me. Is that really a legal argument? Like, I don't see how if it is, it's a stupid one, but yeah. Her team stupidly gave another pathway for discovery. She has to show the evidence from those media outlets. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they're the ones bringing it up and introducing it. So, right. I once managed punk rock or punk bands back in the 90s. through a company that did not make me a public figure. Very true. I was in a punk rock band in the 90s, early 90s. We only played punk rock, though, really, because I sucked on drums. So it was punk. Even if you screw up in punk, it just sounds like it belongs there. Huh. Okay. Punchy. Punchy. Is there someone out there? What's out there? What are you looking at? There's nothing. It's a bird. Really? You're getting that upset over a bird? Come on. Stop it. You know you can't catch him anyways. You can't fly. No. You just went out an hour ago. Go bother Michael. Go. 1 second. Just 1 more second. I have this little hook thing out here right on the porch that I'm going to put her on. I don't like to do that when I'm not out there with her, but I'm right here by the door, so I'll do it for a few minutes. I'm just going to go hook her up, and I'll be right back. It just takes a second. Okay. I'll bring her back in a couple minutes. I don't know if it's the kind of dog she is, but she just likes to just sit outside and just sniff the air. Like that's all she does is just sniff the air. Funny. All right, let me check chat here real quick. This is like when KJ claims to be a small channel when she gets called out by larger channels for her shit, but she says she has a large platform when bullying smaller channels. Yeah. This motion just gives the other side more ammo to ask for more evidence of her claims. Interesting. Dude, I'm not going to abuse my dog like that. I'm not going to make her listen to Katie. As themselves stated. Considering KJ loves to overshare and big up herself, she's her own worst enemy in this. She usually is. From her own mouth is a lovely legal move. Did the other national outlets personally slander Miranda and Derek for their fees? Though true. And did they have communication with Miranda's family who endorsed them asking for friends? Right, exactly. I probably not. Maybe someone contacted the family just to verify something, but ask, hey, but I don't even see why they would have to do that since there's actually like video evidence of their claims, it's verified, I think. But what What I am curious though is like, is this a legal argument? Like, is it a legal argument that is acceptable? Is it one that's winnable to sit there and argue and say, yeah, but I mean, what they're doing to me, they didn't do to them, so therefore this isn't fair and it shouldn't apply. Like them saying, why is it that this Without a Crystal Ball is being sued, but Rolling Stone's not being sued? Since Rolling Stone's not being sued, therefore Without a Crystal Ball shouldn't be sued. Like, is that really an acceptable argument? And if it is it one that's won cases? All right, so wait, what? I don't understand. When determining a motion to dismiss, the court takes the facts alleged in the complaint as true. On a motion to dismiss for failure to state a claim, the district court may consider only the complaint and the documents referred to the complaint. A complaint states a claim for relief if it fairly gives notice of the claim and is sufficient to permit the application of the doctrine. Pleadings that fail to state a claim upon which relief can be granted must be dismissed. Motion. I don't really understand legalese that well, but are they trying to allege that when determining motion to dismiss, the court has to accept the facts or the facts alleged as true? Like, in other words, the court has to accept that the complaints made by Shin and them, they just accept it as true. But on a motion to dismiss for failure to state a claim, the district court may consider only the complaint and the documents referred to. I don't understand this. I don't. Okay, never mind. Because it sounds like they're saying that the court has to take into account that there's been no evidence provided as of yet to these claims, therefore it should be dismissed. However, that shit comes out in discovery, right? I mean, how I take these motions to dismiss, and this is the impression I got from listening to Emily D. Baker explain some things, like over the jurisdiction thing. Like, you're not dismissing it based on any of the merits of the case or anything like that. You're being asked to dismiss it for other things. So therefore, you just accept down the road, just for argument's sake, let's say everything here is true. But when it comes to this other fact, this other thing, I got her. Yeah, it's just chewing grass. You get grass. Sorry. Let me go grab her because she looks like she's eating a lot of grass. She was eating one of the nuts that the squirrels hid in the ground. We have like a ton of squirrels around here. And like if you can see behind the porch, the black railings, they love to hide like nuts and shit, like walnuts. I don't even know what kind of nuts they are in the railings. Like the first time I saw one, I thought it was like a bee's nest or something started. It freaked me out. But no, it's squirrels. They leave them. And I got caught one squirrel on video trying to put one behind the mailbox, but there was already a nut there. So that it's like the squirrel got nut blocked. It cracked me up. That's what and they dig up. I'll see the squirrels. They dig little holes in the ground and they put the nuts in there, and then they scamper away. She found one of the nuts and she ate it. Poor squirrel got nut blocked again. Wait, what do you see? Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm way down there. Okay. Did you know squirrels are in slow? I don't know what you mean by squirrels in slow motion. See in slow motion. Okay, I'll check it out. But one time I saw a squirrel just walking. And it was the weirdest thing because you don't usually see them just walking like a normal animal. Normally they're hopping or whatever, running, something. It was just walking like it was out for a nice casual stroll. And I'm like, that's the weirdest fucking thing. Why does it look so weird? But it does. On a wildly different note, did you see that Mike MGTV finally dumped that several months old jungle juice from his water cooler? No, but I saw the tagline for that video, and I was curious what that was about. I just hadn't watched it yet. Is he drinking again? I know he was on the wagon for a while. And for those who don't know who we were talking about, his name is Mike MGTV. He's a reality star. I think like some MTV shows or whatever for the most part. But he's a bartender, and he's bartending like in all the major cities and major clubs, it sounds like. But he's hilarious. He's, oh my God, he is just so funny. I love watching him. Okay. Maybe the squirrels that damage KJ's gay pride flag. Yep, he's back to drinking, but in moderation. The no booze was intended. Yeah, I know it was temporary. Last I had seen, it was only, I think he wanted to go, what was it, like, was it 3 months or something? 2 or 3 months, I can't remember. But he was like talking about it. He still hadn't drank yet, but he was like 2 weeks shy of his intended goal. Whatever. It's close enough as far as I'm concerned. But and this is the thing, like, when I was in my 20s, like, I drank a lot, but some people would have classified me as having a drinking problem, but that wasn't the case. I had a socialization problem because you never found booze in my house. I never drank at home. It was never even a thought to me, unless maybe I had I was throwing a party or something. But I loved being out and socializing and everything. And when I did that, I drank. So it was like the second I stopped really caring to hang out in bars, I just stopped drinking, and then it wasn't even a thing. Now I drink once in a while or whatever. But and I think maybe it's more like that for him. It's you know what I mean? Like if he lost his desire to socialize quite as much as he desires to do it, then I bet that he wouldn't even realize it, but he would lose any desire to drink as well. Exactly, John. Yeah, same here. And well, then because it made it funnier, but but yeah, whether or not it's true, you end up feeling like you're more on your game after a few drinks or something. Whether or not it's true is arguable, but. The really hilarious thing in this motion, KJ's counsel have alleged she's got claims to certain things. They have to prove them. You mean like her claims to like journalistic protections or whatever? Like, is that what you're referring to? I was saying, we were talking about Uncivil last night in stream, and I think for the most part, yeah, Emily D. Baker is just more entertaining, or I think she engages people more. But in my opinion, if there's a case being talked about, and I want to get the best idea possible on what the likelihood of an outcome is going to be, I'm more likely to turn to uncivil law about that, only because like this is my impression, like Emily D. Baker, when she talks about things and or whatever, or if she doesn't really give any kind of like predictions or whatever, but she talks about things in the way in which the law should be taken and interpreted, and everything, and she's right. It just I think uncivil law reads into things in a more pessimistic, sure, but also realistic point of view. That's the difference I see. But she seems more optimistic in how things are going to go because of the law, but in reality, sucks. And I think uncivil law has a better grasp on that. That's all. She has to prove her nationally recognized journalistship and articles in various media outlets. She can prove that. I mean, I know for a fact that she has been quoted often in national, probably even international publications. Maybe it all comes down to the legal definition of the word regularly, but I'd say she's at least been mentioned probably several dozen times throughout, when it comes to major, or at least we'll just say national publications. It's been a few dozen times, I would say. Toad's guitar business has shuttered. I thought he closed, or he stopped making guitar. No, that wasn't it. He stopped doing his Etsy store because of drama or some shit. I have a friend who makes guitars too, but my friend who makes guitars, and he's through the years, he's become more and more invested in this, and he's now built like an entire sound recording studio. It's he created a new profession off of like a hobby. It's crazy, but he's brilliant, so of course he did that. But when he first started, he was showing on social media like the equipment he had purchased to make these guitars, and I see nothing like that in anything Todd has shown. Punchy, stop! I will close that door. So I don't know. These are it's heavy duty equipment used if you want to do it properly, and have accuracy in the sound and everything. And I know, my friend was making electric guitars. Is Toad doing acoustic or both or whatever? I don't know, actually. I just know that his workshop shows anything even close to what I've seen my friend post about. And my friend's posts were a few years ago. So yeah, I haven't even watched anything about the trial in the past 2 days. I got to catch up on the Amber Heard trial and Johnny Depp trial. Did you see the hearing has been canceled? No, I didn't. I know they were supposed to start at 2:00 their time, which I think is 3:00 my time. But I did not see that they had been canceled. Thank you, though, for letting me know. Because I planned on just attending. All right. I'm going to wrap this up shortly, but I'm going to shut the door while I do this. She comes out. Oh my God, that was the funniest thing I ever, when she saw, she was barking at, there was a squirrel on the lawn across the street, and a bird was like attacking the squirrel. It looked like the squirrel like stole something from the bird and was running away with it, and the bird's like fighting him for it. That was hilarious. She was getting all mad because probably she wasn't in the fight. Okay. It was so funny. I would have totally recorded that had I been prepared. Zoom calls canceled, I guess. Here, I can check real quick. Don't you start barking, dog. I will close the doors. I need last night's history. Here we go. Yep, it's no longer listed on the website. The only upcoming hearing now listed is for July 20th. So it looks like today's hearing was canceled. And they have on there now the new filings listed. So wait a minute. Oh, okay. Let's go. I'm going to read these real quick. I know we've been doing 7M, but let me just make sure there's no addresses and shit listed. Yeah, it's just a real small thing. But here, read it real quick. So this was, God damn it. There's two of them, and I still can't just choose the right freaking tab. Okay. So this was just filed today at 11:43 a.m. The above entitled matter came on administratively on April 27th before the Honorable whatever. Okay. Findings of facts and conclusions of law. On November 8th, 2021, defendants filed a motion to dismiss. On April 26th, defendants indicated that they would be withdrawing their motion to dismiss. Pursuant to the court's discretion under whatever, defendants shall file an answer within 20 days of the date of this order. Any further pleadings shall be according to the timelines contained in, okay. It is hereby ordered that defendant's motion to dismiss hearing set on April 27th shall be stricken. Defendants shall file an answer within 20 days of the date of this order. A copy of this order shall be served upon the parties or their counsel, file whatever, and shall constitute due and proper service. Okay. So so the defendant's motion to dismiss the hearing shall be stricken. They're saying that the hearing's been stricken, or their motion to dismiss the hearing. The motion was stricken. I'm not because, but it has to mean the former, because the hearing is no longer listed. The only upcoming hearing is July. Wow, it shows the fees at the bottom of this page, and I mean these are just filing fees. Like, does the defendant really have to pay a filing fee to answer a court case against them? That doesn't seem fair. All right, let me check chat, see what anyone's saying there. So let's see. Can you confirm the million on new filings? There's nothing stated in anything I just read here. There's nothing stated about $1 million. I don't know what the hell that's. I don't know what people are talking about there. She knew her motion to, was going to be denied. The motion to dismiss is stricken. They now have 20 days to furnish all discovery. Okay, so then the hearing today is not happening, right? Oh yeah, if the motion was stricken, the hearing today was specifically being held to discuss the motion to dismiss. So if the motion to dismiss, the reason for the hearing is stricken, therefore the hearing is stricken, right? Remember that congressman that was filming a campaign commercial, and in the background, 2 of his tabs were for porn. That was hilarious. No, I'm not going to buy a Toad guitar, no, or any guitar for that matter. Hearing is stricken as she withdrew her motion. Okay. Oh, okay. I'll read that. Right. No, that's not what I wanted. Why can't I view this? Wait, do I have it? Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Cool. So I asked Tina earlier, like, when was Katie last at about 88,000 subs? Tina got back to me, and it looks like December of last year is when she was at 88,000, around 88,000 subs. Yeah, right here it shows. Was it December 21st? I think, or 15th? What was that? December 8th. December 8th. Okay. Thank you, Tina. I don't even know if she's watching. I should probably thank her personally. And I'm reading something else. Tina said, I think Tina's aware of this, but just in case, I'm going to say it. when a channel gets as large as Katie's, the Social Blade website, it won't do a live update of sub count. Like they won't add each new sub as it occurs. They will add new subs in 1,000 increments. So if like they may for the day or whatever add like plus a number, but when it comes to the total number of subs that they display, they won't go up until 1,000 increment is reached. Then they'll add 1,000 to the total overall subs. And as they wait for that 1,000 to accumulate, it'll stay at that number. And then when the 1,000 is accumulated, then they'll apply it to the total overall number. When you're a smaller channel, like I don't even know where the channel size guidelines are, but when you're smaller, they'll do it like by sub maybe, but then they'll do it like by 10 increments of 10, then increments of 100. And then when you get larger, it's increments of 1,000. I don't know if there's any other higher increments. I haven't had a reason to follow it any higher than that. But so, because I see a lot of times like in the subreddit, people like, it's weird how Katie keeps going up exactly 1,000 subs. Like, like she's buying them, but no, that's just how Social Blade will display it. That's how they choose to alter it and update it and display it. That's all. That doesn't mean she's not buying subs. I'm just that if you're basing your opinion on that alone, then it doesn't mean she's buying subs. Oh my God, you're right. Thank you for reminding me about that. I forgot all about that. Okay, so let me close out my other Twitters. I have so many tabs open right now. I don't like to stream when I have so many tabs open. I usually close them. I just didn't get a chance to do it yet. My messages, everything's closed. Okay. So I don't, for those who are unaware, who weren't like, I don't know, catching up or paying attention last night, Todd Chrisley decided to tweet a little bit about things. And he kills me. He kills me. So he tweeted, don't make me post that email begging for no further litigation because you out of cash and don't want no more litigation. Yep, I got it, Trick. Did he really call her a trick there? Like, did he? Like, am I reading that? That's fucking funny. That is so funny. LMAO, I see you peeking. Punchy, what are you doing? No, she's not peeking. Elon Musk ran her off Twitter yesterday. Oh my God, truth will do kill me. Huge shout out to the Emily D. Baker on all of your success. Can't recommend this channel enough. Yes, beware though, KJ issuing you for 1 million. I can't wait. Yeah, I where did this 1 million come from? Like I heard it last night too, but I couldn't find anything. I couldn't find the source of this information, so I don't know. Let the games begin. Already running out of money so soon with so many more suits to defend. This is going to prevent her from buying not one, but 2 Bentleys. Oh my God. Bravo. Bravo, good man. Bravo. That is beautifully put. Beautifully put. Well, you don't have to keep defending a truth if it's actually a truth. I love that though. This is going to prevent her from buying not 1, but 2 Bentleys. For those of you who are unaware, not too long ago, Katie Joy had made a claim that she makes enough money to where she could not just buy 1 Bentley, but she could buy 2 Bentleys. Okay, so yeah, that's it though for this. Oh my God, I love that comment right there. Like that's gold, fucking gold. I love it. This is where I think KJ conflates civil and criminal law. She thinks discovery will defend her. Yeah. Oh, the email you're talking about, non sequitur. He can't actually post it. It is attorney-client privilege, I'm sure, but it is totally throwing shade. I'm assuming you're saying that he can't post the email because it sounds like the email was not sent directly to Todd, because that would be in poor taste for her to contact him directly. Come on. But it was sent to his attorney, in which case, if the attorney passed it on to him, and then if Todd, shared it, then it would open up whatever the ending here. It would cause issues for the attorney-client privilege protection. How hard is it to make a guitar? Java, dude, it from what I was seeing from my friend's post, it looks fucking complicated. Like, for real. Email, yes, is probably through lawyers. Yeah. Okay, on that note, it's coming up on 2:00. And I got a lot of shit to do, and I have to work tonight. So I'm going to have to get going. Thank you all, though, for being here. It's been fun. It's been real. I will not be streaming tonight, obviously. I do hope to get a video out, though, before work. It'll be out sometime tonight, probably. Just a quick little Katie Joy reading. Other than that, I don't know. Although I do have the next 2 days off, I think. Wait, am I working tonight? Today's Wednesday, right? Is it tonight or tomorrow? Yep, tonight. Okay. Yeah, I do. I have the next 2 days off. Okay, cool. So I'll be around tomorrow. Friday I have my improv show, but that's not something. I'll be around tomorrow. Yeah, for anyone just tuning in or who missed it, said earlier, today's hearing has been canceled. So if you're, whatever, she removed her motion to dismiss. Therefore, the motion to dismiss was stricken. Therefore, the need for the hearing no longer exists. So the hearing is canceled. The next hearing is on the docket for July, I think 20th. It's set, but either way, not till July. So, but it did say that there was a filing, though, that I read already. And in the filing, it said that the defendant, Katie, now has 20 days from today to produce the discovery that she's been avoiding having to produce. So, I don't know, keep an eye out for shit over the next few weeks, especially in 20 days from today. So, thank you so much for the super sticker, Silly Rabbit. Awesome. All right. Good night, guys. I'll see you guys around tomorrow or whatever.